Okay, so this is a video where I'm going to try to go over some of the major parts of the Bruckner movement as we do the countdown for the competition. So I think James and Cameron, you guys are the people doing this. Hopefully this will just be a reminder if you have time to watch this at some point. So the very beginning, the first half page is basically almost when you will win or lose the competition. Most important part. If in this part you convince the people that you are basically a level above everybody else, you win. If in this section you convince everybody that you are a level below everybody else, you lose. If in this section you convince everybody that you are about the same, then they're going to look very meticulously and closely to the rest of the movement, looking for those little notes and perfection to separate you from everybody else. But basically in this opening, if you are like clearly the better player, then people are just going to be like, oh, later he makes a mistake, he's just a much better player who made a little mistake, and it just that boosts you that much. In any case, the energy of the opening is very important, right? And the key is always to break or play a chord, whether you roll it or you do it vertically, to always be doing it in a curvy flourish motion. Okay, so the first chord is easy because you're breaking it. So you can break it and then kind of push it out. And then after that, same thing is you play it all together, or as much as you can. Let's see how the motion of the bow is still out. Okay, that's the key. And then all these triplets, the first note you should grab as much as possible. As you go faster and faster, it's going to be a balance of just natural bounce with the grab, okay? But the grab is important, especially in the beginning of all these sections, because that guarantees technical consistency and projection, right? In the beginning, you roll the chord. You break it, and then you play more together, and then bite together, bite again. Okay, take your time, open up here, bite, bite again. See, curl the fingers. Breathe, and then here, little wrist snap. Okay, for snap. Okay, it's very important. Okay, and important point is that whenever you have the eighth notes, for example. Okay, it's important that you play those evenly and steadily, sometimes almost erring on the side of being a little too expansive. The triplets will be fast, right? But the eighth notes should be steady, give the song rhythmic stability in all the forward energy, right? Then here, short but circle. Short, short, and then long. Okay? Okay, let me see. I probably need the music for some of this, so let me make sure I don't screw this up. Okay, now, second section, nothing much to say, same thing. Okay, and then here is where it gets a little interesting. So after this, play it on the string, legato, and then chord again, right? And then here, use this slur to get to the tip. Legato, use this slur to get to the frog, okay? So, right, you're at the tip. Now, frog. Now use this to get to the tip. Okay, now get back to the frog. So, see this last slur? Is your last chance to get to the frog. Okay, and then you play the chords. And then here I like to do up, down. Sorry. Oh, totally forgot how this goes. Because I like the feeling of being more glued, both hands being more not bouncing as much. It just makes my life easier technically, but you know, it's okay. It's originally written to be more spiky, so that's totally fine. But in any case, the bow distribution and division in that section, you know, what I just explained, when you go to the frog, when you go to the tip, is super important. Okay, if you don't do that, very often we end up in limbo, losing both articulation, phrasing, energy, and sometimes even creating that kind of insecure moment when it's like just perfect to screw up on stage, mess up, right? Okay, next section. In the beginning, use large, fast, ripping bow strokes. And then here, with the string changes, use tight, small bow strokes. Okay, and then here, just smooth. Oh yeah. Okay, until you come to this section. Where are we? Yeah, this is a difficult shift. Use that as an anchor note. Okay, because it's very often easy to just kind of smush it like. Okay, it's very easy to do that. So use the anchor. Okay. And then after that, a little wrist snap on the high D. And then use this chord to again come to the frog. Now, it's okay if you want to go do a very quick retake with your amazingly fast reflexes. But since I'm slow and lazy, I prefer to then. And then I'm at the frog. Okay, so wait, where are we? I prefer that bow distribution. Okay. After that, be extremely wasteful of your bow at the top. Because it's not just big bows. Whole bows is not enough here. You got to think that you just have just endless amounts of bow. That you're just like just endless, okay? And that you're just wasting your bow with those notes. And that's kind of the right feeling for this section, okay? And then the last note, really send your sound into the orchestra into the hall with the orchestra as well. So really open up your body here, okay? I know this section is easy to kind of crumple up. Okay, but starting from here, especially, you need to open up until you get here. Really open up there, okay? The G string section is something that it's a little obvious what we're supposed to do, right? Keep your pads flat, okay? Keep your arm, okay? Your arm forward, like your arm forward so that you get a nice round shape here, allowing free vibrato. Don't kind of choke up your hand by not bringing your arm forward. Also keep your right hand arm nice and high. High, both forward and high. Okay, that's the main technical thing. Phrasing, there's a lot to be done there, and keep to milk the sound and the phrase. Now here, the next section, keep your bow a little bit on the side, okay, and just be very light and sweet with your sound. Okay, be as light as you can. Kind of playing around with the noodling, right? The noodling continues, okay, with a little bit of, hairpins and all that kind of stuff, until you come to here. I would paste flat here to the violin, okay? So really paste flat here, and then here finally come to the frog, and everything should be at the frog. Okay, it should feel heavy. The bow stroke itself should feel heavy instead of too excited, like this. Okay, instead you should feel it kind of weighted at the frog, like you're dragging the bow through mud. And then here, take this opportunity to go all the way to the tip. Here I definitely use the harmonic to reset the hand. Okay. Let's see. That's okay. That's obvious. Oh, here. As you play this section, okay, make sure that with the fifth, the key is to press as little as possible. Now, I still press, especially when I don't practice like right now. I tend to get more tense, but try to think more about balancing your pad between both strings and not pressing. Okay. Too hard with the left hand. Squeezing it will often make it even harder to tune, okay? So, on the string, off. Okay, you do remember the triple stops in circular motion. So, and then flatten the finger, okay, a little bit, flatten to get more pad. Okay? Then here, there's no need to use huge bows. Okay? Instead of use heavy compact bows. Okay, and don't make too big of a deal about it until you get to the top. And then again, small compact bows. It's heavy. And then more bow. Okay, and then again at the frog. Okay, and that should be pretty straightforward. This part, when you play, okay, make sure that nothing sticks out in an ugly manner. So you can have like inflections up and down, up, down. Crescendo, and so on, but don't do something like anything of that sort. Okay, I often hear things that are just kind of like woo, sticking out, even though sometimes it's done with good musical intention. It sticks out too much. Not in this kind of romantic, this is cheesy, melodic part. Okay, so keep it soft. crescendo, and then a little diminuendo, and then start to get more sticky but smooth. Keep the vibrato going. Still vibrato. Okay, still vibrato going. So non-stop. And so on. Okay, so the key thing there is to keep the flat hair glued to the string and to let the notes rise and fall. Like if the notes go higher, you know, more sound and more emotion and a little more intensity. But with all those ups and downs, keeping the bow glued to the string and the vibrato constant. Okay. Let's go. Oh, okay. So same noodle effect here, right? Until you know, again. Yeah, this time, the first time I don't like to use my whole bows, but this time I like to use my whole bows. Okay, here you get really stuck to the string. Flat hair again. And then, again, pull as if you're pulling through mud. Clear accent, right? Okay, and so on. And then after that, there's nothing too surprising. Make sure that both of you take more time here. The stringendo. Stringendo, it's starting here, but it hasn't started yet. It's the beginning. Okay? So it's just starting in the beginning. So it's the snowball is starting to roll. Which means that you shouldn't immediately be pushing too much forward. Okay? That should give a kind of a good generic overview of some of the important things I want you to remember. And then we'll definitely go into more detail. Well, I'm seeing James tomorrow, and then both of you on Thursday and Friday. So, all right, I'll see you soon. Bye.